Hey folks, James here. I want to talk about natural gas this morning. Just first of all to let you know what positions we've taken and haven't taken, and just sort of a general chat about trading natural gas overall. But let's have a look at the chart very quickly. This is the 4-hour chart over at Black Bull. We took about half off yesterday and we've just taken off the other half now on this sign of weakness, and luckily so. The 4-hour candle just moved down and heading back into the order block. So now that we're on the way down again, we didn't even fill that gap and didn't get anywhere near the 200 or the 100 period moving averages on the 4-hour, but we're heading down. So we now got to look for support and signs of reversal on the 4-hour chart. Let's go back to the day chart quickly. As you can see, a little spike high on the day chart, almost reaching the 50-day moving average too. Bit of a spike high there, and now we're forming a daily engulfing candle. So it looks like for now we're heading lower. Of course, we could form a double bottom down here at the $3 level, but if we approach that with some vigor, and we'll watch the price action, of course, but if we come down towards it quite rapidly and pierce it and penetrate and get below that swing low at 2.98, then I think the next stop's got to be about 2.75 at this trend line, and then potentially the next trend line down here. I've got my arrows drawn in already. You'll have seen these before. So first stop really down there, about 2.75. Actually, it's showing as 2.83 here, but if this was to go straight down from today, it would be a bit lower. But let's leave it like that for the moment. And then there's another red path, the alternative one, probably the best one actually, which would take us to the top of the triangle, the rising underneath line and the triangle top, the confluence of those two lines, and then heading down. Notice that 2.5 is a very key level. It's long been my dividing line between relatively cheap and more expensive natural gas. So that's the 2.5 level. It's also a Fibonacci retracement level. If I just zoom in here, pull the Fibonacci study up from the swing low up to the recent high, you can see that level down there is also the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level. And it's also where this order block is. So it's a pretty key level. And if we did get there, that would be a great place to buy natural gas. If we don't get down there, then perhaps we'll get down to 2.75 or 2.8. But it all depends on what happens today. So let's get back to the 4-hour chart. We're looking for signs of reversal. We still feel like we're in an uptrend on the natural gas price, and therefore we're looking for opportunities to buy into support levels and upon candlestick reversal patterns, chart patterns, moving average supports, all those sorts of things that we normally look at. For the moment though, we're heading downwards, and you can see this 4-hour candle just rolled into it, is now progressing lower slightly than it was just a few minutes ago. So we'll keep a close eye on this. There's the 20 period moving average on the 4-hour. That will be some support down here at the bottom of this order block too. So it's potentially possible we could get back down to 3.15 and then bounce up from around about that area where the 20 is. But remembering we've got 3.75, 3.8 below us. And then of course the 2.5 level, which is probably the best place to be buying natural gas if we get that chance. I did want to talk about natural gas in general just for 2 to 5 minutes, and I frequently wonder why so many traders are attracted to trading natural gas, given that it's one of the most volatile, probably the reason why, one of the most volatile commodities that you can trade, and it's also fairly unpredictable, influenced by factors which are mostly beyond prediction. Not even a semblance of prediction can be involved in weather more than a few days or a few weeks out. And then, of course, geopolitics always playing a hand in the energies markets. All of that combined with the fact that natural gas can move 3, 5, 10, 15% in a single day, and quite out of the blue, quite dramatically and without warning, and sometimes very unexpectedly, makes natural gas a very, very difficult instrument to trade. And that's why it is called the widowmaker. I think so many people are attracted to it because they are attracted to trading energies in general. I think there's something about energy that adds trading energy. Sounds a bit weird and esoteric, but I do believe that. Also the fact that it comes out of the ground and the sea. It's all quite sort of, it's a dramatic sort of industry, and it powers everything that we do in our lives. So I think that's one of the reasons people trade it, but also because it's very volatile and they think they can make a fast buck. My advice to you, just a couple of things very, very simply. Don't bet all your money on natural gas trades, and don't over leverage when you're trading natural gas. Keep your position sizes small enough so that when you go to bed at night and you don't know what the nighttime holds for your natural gas trade, that you don't have to suffer lack of sleep and you can wake up in the morning feeling refreshed. But also make sure that you're also trading a couple of other instruments, so that maybe not in the same sector, so that if your natural gas trade's doing maybe poorly, something else like gold or Bitcoin or the euro against the US dollar might be doing better. And I would suggest that you choose a couple of things to trade along with your natural gas trade. So don't make that your sole trading instrument. Trade other things, and preferably things that are not related, things that are not in the energy sector. So reduce your sizing and your leverage. Don't trade things with extreme leverage like oil and coal, leveraging on top of leverage, and make sure that you have at least a small basket of other instruments that you trade, and those will help you kind of hedge and reduce the risk through diversification. So a couple of things: don't oversize and mix it up a little bit. That'll help your natural gas trades. It'll help you sleep well at night. It'll help you make sense of these markets. We've had another banger couple of months on natural gas. Really fantastic month last month. This month we've taken good profits already. But these are not huge trades like many natural gas traders trade, and they're not going to double my account or triple my trading account. I might add 5% or 7% to my trading account through a really good natural gas trade. But I have other things to make up the profits that I need from my trading every month. I trade all sorts of instruments across different sectors. And by that method, I diversify risk and I give myself other opportunities in other sectors too. So don't size so much that when you get a banger trade, your account might be doubled or tripled, but if you lose the trade, your account might be decimated, wiped out, destroyed. You don't want either of those really, even though the big wins are desirable and quite pleasant. You don't want to accept the commensurate risk that goes with it. So a little bit of advice for natural gas traders. And getting back to the charts, as you can see, we're waiting for a dip, waiting for support levels currently just below us, maybe at 3.15, then $3, then 275 to 280, and then the big 2.5 level, which we'll be watching very closely if we get there, and looking to size up a little bit more if we get down to those better probability areas. In the meantime, we're watching patterns, watching reversals, watching where the moving averages are, where we might find support, and when we do get to those levels, we'll be watching price action very carefully. By the way, we're very, very close to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, only about 14 subscribers away right now. So I'd love you to subscribe and help to tip us over that sort of milestone of 10,000 subscribers. We've had 1.2 million views already, so I think we're on the right track. Take care.
Reading all the charts, watching the news, trying to turn that profit, awake all night, stop loss tight, hedge in place alright. Long